What's up, real ones? Welcome to Let's View It. Thank you for clicking on my video for the first time or again. And just like I promised, this is part 2 of Race Tatum. That's why we hate him. Second interview with Nolan Wells' so-called best friends and their high-profile defamation lawyer. That's right. You better watch them fibs out there. Watch your fibbery. So at the conclusion of part 1, they were just about to get into the audio emergency call to Cito. You know, the one where everyone heard them yelling things like, "You killed Nolan? Is he really dead?" And all those crazy things that are all lies and made up by AI. Well, that's where part 2 begins. So let's just all sit back and enjoy as Big Helium Head concludes his second interview with Nolan Wells' best friends and their defamation lawyer. So you already know. Let's view it.
What is your thoughts on that phone call to Cito? Some people have gone out and done enhancements to the audio, and in doing that, created a transcript manually. It doesn't appear that the transcript was derived from an automated system or have any, in my opinion, real integrity with it. What are your thoughts, first, you guys, on the audio, and then I'll get to you, Ed, on how could that be a defamatory area the way it was produced? So what do you guys think about that audio?
Well, I can go ahead and say that as you posted that clip of all of us on the boat, you know, as it's rolling, not rolling, but right there sitting in the water, Wyatt's on the phone with Cito in that clip. I mean, he's on the phone. Wouldn't you think that you would have seen Nolan on the bottom of on the floor or something, or scrambling around, or everybody in a pot, like in a small space on the boat looking at him or something? I mean, it's just so crazy to think that, why would we call Cito if we have a dead body on the boat? I mean, why would we call the Coast Guard? You know, why would we do the things we did if we know we killed somebody? And then another following up on that is, why aren't we in jail yet? I mean, we're not geniuses. There's no way we could have done a murder. I mean, there's no way we could have covered it up, especially out there with that many people. Go ahead.
They remind me back in the days when I was in school, when kids used to do presentations. It seems so strange to me, and I'm not saying they did it, but why do they keep looking at each other so intensely? If you're not a suspect, you didn't do anything, you don't know anything, why are you guys looking at each other like, what is he gonna say? I hope he's gonna say what I think he's gonna say. And it also was weird to me how he kind of just passed the mic, like, go ahead. When if he wasn't ready? When if he didn't want to go ahead? But obviously this is scripted, and he's like, it's your turn now. But also he didn't say anything about the audio. Not one thing. Not if it was real, fake, what they really said, if they said anything at all. He didn't say anything about the audio.
I think, especially about the Cito call, I think people, regardless of who it is going to believe what they want to hear. I think half these people, or not half these people, but some of these people you can't convince. Regardless, they're going to believe what they want to believe. If they want to believe that my friends and I had something to do with Nolan dying, then they're going to believe that regardless of what you put out. But you put out, Brandon, that a clip of the boat.
What in the world? What kind of swallow? But you put out, Brandon. Who talks like this? Who goes, but you put out, Brandon? That is somebody that wrote something down. We all know you're talking to Brandon. And someone get that boy some water.
When Wyatt was on the phone with Cito, and it is boldly clear that Nolan was not on the boat with us. You can literally almost see down to the deck. And as you can see in that picture, everybody is completely casual while Wyatt's on the phone with Cito. Yeah, we were scrambling around trying to get the boat fixed, but the guys were, in the video, you can see me, I'm sitting on the bow. If there was someone dying on the boat, why would everybody just be sitting there waiting to either get towed in, or in the first place, like Jack said, why would Wyatt call Cito? It's crazy. The reason we turned down Coast Guard is, why would we call Coast Guard if Cito could pull us in? But we fixed the boat and we ran into Fort Bayou, and that's it. The Cito call was completely enhanced, and these people just want to believe what they want to hear. And that's exactly what they're doing. So it's just crazy to me that people have tried to twist this and twist the audio. When we came out with the first interview, it debunked half these lies, and now you don't hear about any of it. You don't hear about the pool party because it was on June 27th. You don't hear about anything else that was mentioned. Thousands of lies. And now, the audio comes back, and all of a sudden we can hear Nolan yelling in the background, screaming, we're screaming about how he's dead. That's just a complete lie. And it's another lie to push this narrative that people don't want to turn down. It's insane to me.
So what is their stance on the audio besides it's a lie? What do they mean by it's a lie? It's not what you guys were yelling? Or you guys were yelling nothing? Because you're saying you guys were all chill. Look at how chill we are. Then why does the audio sound like you guys are yelling and panicking? And why was Wyatt so distracted the whole time? Again, I'm not saying you did or know anything. I'm just saying.
I could say one thing to naysayers out there, in your opinion, that are naysayers. I want to give you, a 30-second opportunity to say what you would want to say to people regarding what you're saying are lies that have been told about you. And I could start here and we'll go all the way down to, and we'll end with you, Ed. But Morgan, if you had an opportunity to have this projected to everybody in the United States of America, many people who have made statements about you and about what occurred that day, what would you say to them? Like just a 30-second, this is what you would want to convey.
First I would say that, it's proven in evidence that they're all lies. I think that most of these people are just going to, I say most of these people, a lot of these people that have posted stuff out there, they've just been lies backed by no evidence. And if I had one thing to say to them, I'd say do your research before you go out saying something that's not true, that could hurt someone. Just do your research. It's easy. All you have to do is just scroll like they do all day long and find the evidence that's right in front of their face. And it'll prove its own facts.
I could say I would want to add on to that, do the proper research. Sort through all the lies. And a lot of these stuff, you can just tell straight off the bat it's lies. And for one, it's defaming us. And for two, it makes you look like a dummy. You're just saying stuff, just pulling it out of who knows where, and you just look like an idiot on your phone making this TikTok or whatever. Do your research, man. If you can't simply do that, don't get on your phone and start making a video.
It's just kind of concerned me with how people have the time of day to just make up complete lies out of something that they have no evidence of and to post on social media to put other people down. It's insane to me, how just people push this and, want to make this a story that it's absolutely not. I don't know what happened to Nolan. My friends don't know what happened to Nolan. But for people to come around and say, oh, this happened for a fact, and I know this, and there's no telling me otherwise, then that's just stupid. You have no, half these people that are saying all these crazy things on the internet, those lies have already been debunked. There's evidence supporting this is a lie. Why are you still saying this? These people just have no idea what they're talking about. And it's very clear because a lot of these people just speak without thinking and post stuff without thinking. But at the end of the day, it just looks really stupid on their page and whatever they're posting on. But it's just sad. People really take the time out of their day to post a bunch of BS lies on a bunch of 19 and 20-year-olds who have never done anything to hurt anyone and, loved their friend. I loved that man more than anybody. And so did all of my friends. And it's absolutely horrible that these people want to come on and push this narrative that we had something to do with this or we killed our best friend. It's just sick to me, Brandon. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, this might be too long, but I have a few things I need to add. First of all, with respect to Warren, if you just murdered your best friend on an island, the dumbest thing you could do would be to call the Coast Guard, to call a federal law enforcement agency and tell them, hey, can you guys go out and check out this island and look for Nolan Wells? Well, that's exactly what Warren did. Warren called the Coast Guard. And that is one of many very compelling facts. He got back and he called the Coast Guard. Does that sound like a guilty man to you? All right, now these are all American young men.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. This lawyer is good, but he ain't that good. Because if Warren and his friends didn't call the Coast Guard, that would look way more suspicious. You're telling me your friend went missing on the island and you didn't call anybody to go search for him? So even if they did it, they have to act like it's a normal situation if your friend went missing, right? Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's just me.
Incredible young men. And they did a lot more than just that. I won't go through all of it now, but they did a lot of heroic things after the fact, and they did the best they could. And they tried for their dear friend. All of their actions are the actions of innocent men, not guilty men.
They did a lot of heroic things? What heroic things? What am I missing here? To be a hero, you have to save a life. The only thing that happened so far is a life is missing. Nothing heroic has been happening in between there. And then for the defense lawyer, defamation lawyer, for him to say they're doing things that innocent people would do, that's what you would do if you killed someone and you're trying to act innocent. What the?
And again, they are categorically, completely, and totally innocent. All right, but that's not the end of it. I'll say this again. If you lied, you won't be able to hide. If you lied, you won't be able to hide. And you're gonna be held accountable. And if you lied about these fine young men, these good Ocean Springs people, you're gonna be held accountable. You're gonna be sued. I tell you, there are gonna be lawsuits because we have already identified some of the worst offenders. And it may have felt good for them in the moment, instant gratification, sugar high. They got their sugar high, but long after that sugar high wears off, they're gonna find themselves in court, and it's going to be excruciatingly painful.
Well, if he's gonna talk like this in the court, it's gonna be very painful. But understand that defamation is purposely lying. It's not having incorrect information or coming to an incorrect conclusion. Could you imagine if defamation was just lying about somebody? Everybody in their life could get sued for defamation at some point. Everybody has said something incorrect about somebody. That is not what defamation is. I was calling out some fake autistic people on TikTok and they say, I'm gonna sue you for defamation. No, you're not, because what I'm doing is not defamation. I believe what I'm saying. I don't think I'm lying, and I'm not doing it to destroy anybody. I did it to stick up for real autistic people or real people that have Tourette's. Long story short, defamation is just not lying about somebody. You know who does defamation? Race bait him, Tatum, that's why we hate him. He lies on purpose. He knows he's lying on purpose, and he's lying to hurt the black community. Why don't we sue him then?
The only thing I can say about that is it won't be quite as painful as what they did to Morgan, Jax, and Warren.
So Ed, I got one question for you, because the way you guys articulate the defamation, obviously, if someone puts out online lies, knowingly and intentionally do them, knowing that they're lies, in part, that's a part of the defamation. But is the racial component, because when someone goes out,
Told ya, you have to know you're lying on purpose to cause damage to this person. This lawyer is just trying to intimidate everybody that has the opinion that these kids did it to stop expressing that opinion. That's what he's trying to do. The problem is, since nobody knows the truth, it's going to be impossible to say somebody knows they're lying. See what I'm saying? I should be a lawyer. I should be an anti-defamation lawyer. I go against defamation lawyers. Is this guy suing you for defamation? Call me. 1-800, let's view it.
And says things without evidence, projecting that this was a racial encounter. Is that a part of this defamation, or does that not count as far as your tactics on defending them or defending their honor, I guess, in this situation?
Well, one thing that we're never going to do is we're never going to speculate, and we're never going to guess like some other folks who got their sugar highs and are sucking up all the oxygen in the room for now, and they'll have their day in court. But we can talk about what might motivate people. And I won't talk about any particular people because I am not inside their head right now. But I can tell you that racism for profit is a major factor here. And we don't have to name names.
Brandon Tatum just pissed his pants. Racism for profit? Well, that's what I do. I can't do that? Maybe that's why Race Bait him, Tatum, that's why we hate him, asked this question in the first place. It was really for himself.
But racism for profit, generating outrage for profit.
Run, Tatum, run. He's trying to give you a lawsuit on your own damn interview.
In the end, it's all about money. And
I can just imagine being Race Bait him, Tatum, listening to this. Like, he's talking about me. He's literally talking about me.
we don't even have to think about whether the racism that these people are talking about is real or fake or anything like that. It's racism for profit. And it's part of the motive. But when you have offenders who defame innocent young men, fine innocent young men, upstanding young men, it might be a constellation of motives. Profit, animus, stupidity, ignorance. Maybe they just don't like evidence. See,
Stupidity and ignorance and not liking evidence isn't motive. Well, stupidity might be a motive to cheat on a test, but really even then the motive is to not fail the test and to pass it.
And I'm here in this court today to ask you, what was their motive?
Stupidity, Your Honor.
really like evidence here. Tyler Cox really likes evidence. I really like evidence. Morgan, Jax, Warren, we really like evidence. And that's the difference between the other guys and us. And we have evidence. We have the receipts, we have the goods, and we're going to be presenting it in court. And I will say, once we present it in court, we're going to say, now you can't leave.
Do you think that
There they go again, smiling at that same punchline. What's so funny? Your brother just died. Why are you guys smiling about defamation court lawsuits? Look, I'm gonna back it up a little bit. Smirk. Okay, maybe not so much in the mouth, but his eyes are smiling. What's so funny?
And we're going to be presenting it in court. And I will say, once we present it in court, we're going to say, now you can't leave.
Do you think that the other side, because I've seen through social media that there's a preparation of lawsuits against the boys. Is there merit, according to your knowledge in this space, is there merit to pursuing lawsuits against them?
I am so glad you asked that question because I can answer that question definitively and unequivocally. Anybody who sues Jax, Warren, or Morgan, they're gonna end up paying our attorney's fees. Guaranteed. Any lawsuit, and I'm gonna warn anyone right now, anybody who is thinking for 1 second about suing these fine young men, these good Ocean Springs people, you're gonna pay their attorney's fees. You're gonna lose, you're gonna get annihilated, you're gonna get crushed. You have nothing. And here's the beauty of it, we know you have nothing.
Ooh, he's gonna show you. You better not think about it, or he will annihilate you. He sounded so believable. Did you hear that conviction? I knew you didn't, because it didn't even sound believable. Even him saying it, I didn't believe that crap. He's literally trying to be a bully lawyer. Like if someone says, you better not touch me or I'll punch you in your face. Better not try to sue my clients or you won't win.
We actually have the evidence. We know what happened. And I'll just say it like this. We have a pair of aces and you have 2-7 offsuit.
Oh!
Race bait him, Tatum, that's why we hate him, probably doesn't even play poker. A lot of people don't play poker. Why did he use that analogy? Now his clients are gonna get sued and he's gonna be like, didn't I tell you I had a pair of aces and you have a 7-2 offsuit? And they're gonna be like, yeah, well, we got a better case.
So with all the negative that's going on, obviously there's been positive that I've seen that have come y'all's direction. I felt like when Warren came out and did the interview the first time, of course, a lot of people decided to say a lot of negative things, but then there's a tremendous amount of people that were very supportive and thankful that they had a chance to hear the other side. So what are y'all's thoughts and feelings on the other side of this, where people have been supportive? You know, kind of what are your thoughts on that? What have you experienced in that area?
I want to start off and just say that has helped us tremendously through this. One, mentally knowing that there are people on our side that are here to help and want to help and are actually helping with the online stuff. And I want to say thank you to everybody who has made a video on the positive side of things and showing the actual facts and debunking a lot of false information and giving to the Gifts and Go. Yeah, that's another really big one. Thank you so much for that, giving to the Gifts and Go. That means a lot, more than you could ever imagine.
Yeah, Morgan.
I just want to say thank you to all the people out there. I mean, I personally went through and looked at all the there's a prayer thing you can say a prayer on there, and I personally went through and looked at all the prayers, and I'm just really appreciative of all the people that I know that have our backs and have supported us through all of this. It's really helped us out.
That's great.
You know, obviously I want to give thanks. My friends and my family really appreciate it. I mean, it's hard to get by every day without having a group of people behind you. And it really helps my friend and I's, especially like mental side of things, you know, knowing that we have a community behind us that is willing to stand for us and stand for the truth. And, you know, we can't thank them enough. Like, seriously, with, you know, like Morgan said, the prayers and just even the money and the Gifts and Go. It's a blessing from the Lord. And, you know, we can't thank everybody enough. Seriously, it's been more than enough. So
Ed, what are your thoughts on this? I know you see the outpouring of support for the boys. I know that obviously with your credentials, you're taking on this case, which is a huge undertaking, representing multiple young people in this, with so many people that you have mentioned that could be possibly going to get sued in this. So what would you like to say to the people about this?
Well, what I see is a very large payday coming my way. And what I would like to say to the people is, less prayers, more money, please.
Well, the most important thing is that these three outstanding young men who are completely innocent are worth standing behind. It's worth standing behind them. It's worth supporting them, because these three gentlemen here, they're going to go out into the world and they're going to do incredible things for society, right? These are three young men who want to help people and who are.
Says who? Who says they're gonna do incredible things in this society? Incredible? What is the definition of an incredible thing? Of someone doing an incredible thing in this society? What is that? Don't tell me they're gonna own a big business. No one gives a damn about that. After this case, 15 years from now, we're gonna forget who they were. That's what's gonna happen. Whether or not they had anything to do with Nolan Wells' death, just because Nolan Wells died and they're, connected to it, not saying that they're connected to the death, but they're connected to the story, that doesn't make them incredible all of a sudden.
To help people. They're just wonderful souls, wonderful human beings. So if you want someone to support, if you're looking for someone to support, and if you're looking for people who tell the truth and like evidence and common sense, you should support these guys, not the other guys who traffic in lies. All right, now there's a Give, Send, Go page, right? Those donations are very important. We have an incredible legal team. I'm very, very privileged to be working with Tyler Cox, called Cox, right? Is that right? So, but we're going to be bringing powerhouse lawsuits, absolutely powerhouse. But, right, it does require support. And any support is greatly appreciated. But there are also things that people can do that have nothing to do with money.
There's cashier checks. There's credit cards. Hell, we'll take Pokemon cards that have good value to them. Savings bonds, gold, silver.
All we're asking people to do is embrace reality, embrace common sense, and don't give in to your worst impulses. Do the research.
Bro's legs be shaking like crazy. Like crazy.
Read, look at the evidence, right? Start judging credibility. And look at the respective motivations, the motives on both sides, right? On one side, you have some folks who maybe are not motivated by such great things. But what we have on our side and why you should support us, one word for you. My favorite word, which is virtue. We've got virtue, all right? We've got the honesty. We've got the integrity, right? We're doing the right thing here. Honesty, integrity. That's us. Honesty, integrity, and the truth. And
Bro's talking about honesty and integrity while he's sitting there dressed like those 18-year-olds. I mean, I dress young too, but he ain't me. What he's doing is putting on an act.
those are very high virtues. And that's why you should support these incredible young men.
Well, thank you guys for agreeing to do an interview. I really, the purpose, and I think you guys can agree to this or lament to it, that the purpose is just to get the message out there. You know, I'm not an investigator in this case. I've done this for a living for a very long time. I know when people are lying and when they're not.
So now he's a human lie detector? Brandon. You're lying about being able to tell if someone is lying.
And I want the world to know the only reason I'm even willing to talk to you guys is because you've shown through evidence that you've shown me and also through your character that you guys are trustworthy and you're at least in good faith telling me your side of the story. And so I just want to say thank you guys for doing the interview and good luck.
Thank you.
Dang, there's gonna be a part 3 too? The saga continues? Now, before I end this video, I just want to say this real quick because they keep saying this evidence thing. So let me get this straight. The only people that got to see evidence is Race Batum Tatum, that's why we hate them, and their lawyers. But everyone on the outside is wrong because they're the ones not going by the evidence. How does that make sense? Put the evidence out there then. If there's evidence supporting that they're innocent, why are you guys just hoarding them? How does that make sense? None of this makes sense. None of this makes sense. I'm not saying they did it. I'm just saying none of it makes sense. So I'll end part 2 right here. And if you have anything you want to add to this video, then you already know. Comment below. Tell me what you think. And while you're telling me what you think, which most of you never tell me what you think, I'm still gonna need you to hit that bell like the hunchback. Also click that hitchhiker button and sub-ride with me. And I'll see you on the next trip.
Day and night. Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real. All my life. Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real. Can't help I keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real.